There are a lot of issues with the foster care system, and a lot of these children are not being treated fairly. I personally know people who have came out of the foster care system and have told me horrible things about them getting abused or taken advantage of by their foster parents. I think there's a lot that can be improved, and I will be going over the issues and solutions during this presentation. Okay, so first of all, let's talk about the current reality of the foster care system. Currently, 1 in 17 kids enter the foster care system. So about 6% of the population aged 18 and under have been placed on the foster care system at one point or another. About half of the foster kids will not graduate on time, and this can really hinder their life and set them back really far. And about 1/3 of homeless adults were previously in the foster care system, which really shows these people are not getting the care they deserve and are not going down the right path, and they could get a lot better education to help that as well. And as stated before, I do know someone that was in the foster care system who did experience abuse and neglect, and this reflects a majority of the foster care children. And there are many issues where siblings of foster care children are separated and will not see each other for a very long time or at all. And according to one of the articles that I read, there were 110,446 missing children episodes from 2018 to 2020. Our problem statement is that foster care children are not given the love and resources that they need. Now I'll be discussing the grid that our group made, and in this grid we discussed 4 different solutions to the problem. And the first one being placing foster children in kinships rather than foster homes. And this is on the grid, by the way, so I think I had it on the slides that yeah, it's going to be in a doc. And yeah, and this could be beneficial because the children would still be in their family, but they may have some issues with that, like other family members not wanting the child or a large financial burden on their family. Another solution would be to provide resources for children aging out of the system, and this could help them get into the real world, but this would also be a heavy cost due to the price of mentors and could pose a great risk if the mentor happened to not very, very good. And we could help this by like providing background checks or like hiring people with degrees that are like professionally trained for being a mentor, and that this would prevent that from happening. And our third solution is to offer better diagnostics for pregnancy to detect disabilities, but this could result in the mother aborting the child or could affect the mother's mental health as well. It would be a stronger financial burden on the medical staff because they would have to look at that more. And our last solution would be to make it easier to become a foster parent. This could help the foster children get adopted, but it could also increase the risk of the children being put into a bad family or with a family that cannot take very good care of the child. The plans that I proposed are to provide more resources for these foster children, like mentors or tutors for school, or just better education in general to provide these children with the best chance to succeed. Another plan would be have to stricter background checks for the workers in the foster care system, and this would help them get better care and make sure these children are safe. Another solution would be to provide a dedicated web page for foster care education. This could help make the children learn better and give them better resources for schooling. We should also provide resources for the children leaving the system, and this could prevent more foster children from becoming homeless. And yeah, we could also provide more ads to spread awareness of the foster care system and help people know what's going on and how people can help these children. Another solution would be to keep siblings together, and this would decrease mental problems with those children and could also make them a little happier. Now, for the opposing arguments, one that I thought of was how will we get the funding for these resources? I feel that if we did post more ads and spread awareness, I feel like more people would feel for these children and maybe donate towards the system, and we could start fundraisers and something like that, or we could get help from funding through the federal and state government. I know there already is funding, but we could always use more with like inflation and everything. I feel like that's pretty fair. These are children after all, and they do deserve love and affection and care that they deserve. And another one would be, what if there are bad mentors for the people that are aging out of the system? Well, that is possible, but that is why I think we should implement better background checks to give these children the help they need to succeed in life and pay these people accordingly and not like cheap out on these people so we get the right people for the job. And some people might, and another one would be some people may not be able to take care of a foster child. While this may be true, the foster care system exists in the first place for people who can't or don't want to take care of a child. In the worst case scenario, they could always bring the kid back to the foster care system. And for the needs section, okay, conclusion. We're at the conclusion. And for the needs section, a lot of the children are neglected and not taken care of in the foster care system, and this is a result of the reality of the system that most of these people don't receive very good lives and are often shut down as soon as they join the system, which is not fair for those children who are just as likely to succeed as other children who are not in the foster care system. And the plans that I have to offer for the foster care system can heavily benefit their lives in the long run and give them resources they need to succeed later in life and hopefully get the love and resources they need to succeed and be happy, which is our end goal of this project, obviously. And for my sources, most of the sources I got were from the COTC library webpage. And the first source I used was National Snapshot of State Agency Approaches to Reporting Locating Children Missing from Foster Care. The second one was Education Could Help States Improve Educational Stability for Youth in Foster Care. The third one was United States Government Accountability Office, Sibling Issues in Foster Care and Adoption was our fourth one. And that was our third one. Our fourth one was Better Mental Health in Schools, 4 Key Principles for Practice in Challenging Times. And the last one that we had was Foster America, which was my online source.